Hello and welcome to another tarot reading with me. Today we're just going to pull some cards, find out what you need to hear, figure out what Spirit's trying to tell you that you haven't been listening to. Me too, babes. So let's get right into it. I think I'm going to start with some tarot cards today just to get us started. I'm just feeling really connected to this deck today. So let's get started, friends. As always, take what resonates, leave what does not, because this is a general reading. Some things might stick, some things might feel really good. Other things, if they're not landing, that's fine. So let's just see what Spirit has to say for us today. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Let's see. One more shuffle, since that one popped out at me. Goodness! I lied. I'm going to do one more because I want to do it this way, actually. There we go. Okay. Take a deep breath with me. And breathe out. Very nice. All right. Spirit, what do we need to know today? What messages do we need to receive? Okay. The devil? Okay. Spirit ain't playing today. We have the devil coming out first. Okay, so my immediate thought is kind of like your own barriers that you put for yourself. Because the thing about the devil is, if you can see in this card, these two people have chains around their necks. But the chains are big enough for them to slide off of their necks. Like, they can take these chains off anytime they want, but they choose to stand here in the fire. They choose to stand in this pain. And it kind of seems like either an old habit or an old pattern that's kind of keeping you stuck. It's something old that keeps taunting you. It keeps, like, trapping you in this. It's literally, it feels like it's trapping you like this. It's grabbing you by your head or your neck or whatever, and it's just like clawing you and being like, this is real, this is reality, this is like, something that's true, but in reality it's not. You can just slide off that, chokehold anytime you want. And now, of course, that's easier said than done, but there is this devil energy of something coming back up, and then the Five of Cups on the bottom that's kind of keeping you like in this old pattern of like, woe is me, or things don't work out for me, because the Five of Cups, he's staring at these spilled cups when he has two cups of abundance right here on the other side. So it's like something's keeping you in this constant trap of like, woe is me, things don't work out, like the cup is spilled, like stuff like this. So let's read more into this devil energy. What is this devil energy here? What is going on? What is going on with this devil energy? I'm really curious. Okay, yeah, we're out of balance here. This is definitely something that's keeping you out of balance. It seems as though your energy is just kind of out of whack right now. Like, the Two of Pentacles upright is still, it's a time of balancing. It can be difficult. There's some wavy waters, like in the back here. There's some wavy waters with these ships. So maybe there's a lot going on right now, and maybe you're just having a really hard time balancing it all. It seems to be really throwing your energy off. It seems to be really throwing you out of whack, making you feel out of balance, because it seems like this old energy is just like coming back and like taunting you. Like, I keep getting this idea of taunting, but it's not real. Like, it's just like an old story. It's an old story. Okay, there's an old story that keeps taunting you, keeps throwing you out of balance. It keeps like throwing waves at you. It's like when you're on a ship and like it's just super rocky waters. Yeah. Okay, so we're out of balance, we're out of whack. What else do we need to... Yeah, exactly. Two of Swords. This is like a very trapped mental energy. This seems to be something that's like really stuck in your head. Something that's like keeping you trapped in your head. Like, you see the Two of Swords here. She has her swords crossed. Her eyes are closed. She's blind. Well, she's not. Her eyes aren't closed. They're blindfolded. But it's kind of like you're like at a crossroads where you're like, okay, like I'm at a crossroads with the choice of this like devil energy of like, I can take off this chain or I can leave it on you. But it's like you're kind of like not even choosing to look at it. Almost. It's like you're kind of like, you know what? I feel out of whack. Okay, I guess we're out of whack. Like, I don't know. I just get this energy. And then we have the moon also in the background of the Two of Swords, which is fear. It's like old illusions and fears, you know? But in reality, it's like she has calm waters behind her. Like, it's just like an illusion. Like, I just keep feeling like this is such an illusion for you in your mind right now. Like, there's some major illusions that are just keep coming up. Yeah, you need to rest your mind. I feel like it's a lot of like mental illusions that keep coming up. And it's like you just need to rest and relax. And this is like my favorite analogy with the Four of Swords, something that I really love about the Four of Swords specifically. If you think about the Three of Swords in tarot, the Three of Swords is a card about heartbreak and war and pain, and things are difficult, and you know, it's really, really hard. And I feel like that's this old devil energy coming up of like the heartbreak, the war, the pain, the difficulty, like the old stories that cause you like that like ache in your heart, like that stab through your chest. It's like this old story that keeps stabbing you in the chest. But the great thing about the Four of Swords is you're able to hang up those three swords that were stabbing you in the heart. As you slowly pull these swords out of you, you can hang them up and you can acknowledge that those old stories and that old abandonment, those old wounds are still there, that those happened, but you can rest on this new idea. I think of this gold sword, I think of these three swords as the Three of Swords that you've taken out of your heart and hung up. And it's like, that's in the past. We can let it go. We can acknowledge it. We can let it go, though. And then you have the fourth sword here, which I see as the Ace of Swords within the Four of Swords. I hope this is making sense, the analogy. I don't know. But I see this as like the Ace of Swords here, as in like, this is a new potential for you to rest on a new idea. Rest so that you can start fresh. You know, like you can let yourself rest, calm your mind. If you need to like, I feel like you could be needing some more time to meditate, to go into your body, to just connect back with yourself. What are the things that make you feel really connected to you and you as a person? I don't know. For me personally, I love singing. Like I just sang earlier today and I felt so much more connected to myself and like my body and who I am. If you like art, you can do that. Just meditation, working out, going on a walk outside, reading a book. It can be anything simple that's like self-care, something that connects you back to yourself, because there's a whole lot of like mental anguish going on. There's a whole lot of like old stories coming up. There's a whole lot of wavy waters that are like, what's going on? But come back to yourself and allow yourself to really rest and come back to that inner peace. And I think you'll start to see that these energies are just trying to trick you and that it's not so serious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's like, it's pulling you out of your power. Like all of these old stories are pulling you out of your power. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands is such like a fierce, like, she's such a fierce queen, okay? Like the wands are the suit of like power and willpower. It's a very fire sign energy, okay? Like the wands are the fire of the tarot. So the Queen of Wands coming out in reverse, it's just like it's telling me that this, like all of this mental anguish is just pulling you out of your power. Like the Queen of Wands stands in her power, knows what she wants, goes after what she wants. She knows that what she's doing is correct, but it's like you have all this mental anguish kind of blocking you, and it's kind of stripping you of your power right now. It's kind of pulling you out of this Queen of Wands energy, and it's like you're not able to stand firm on what you know. It's like you're not able to stand firm on your beliefs about yourself, about your situation, about these old stories, because you're just like so clouded in the mind. I keep like getting this like motion of like cloudiness in the mind. Like I keep feeling that. It's just like a cloudiness in the mind. Yeah. Okay, so what do we need to know about like, what is some advice for this, maybe? Yeah, we have the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords coming in reverse. Again, it's kind of like you're in a little bit of like these rocky waters. There's these little waves over here. It's like you're trying to head into calmer waters, but it's like your own mind is like blocking you. Like this is such a mental game for you. This is so mental. Like the devil is all in your head. We have 3 swords cards coming out here. Like This is a very, very mental energy. And it feels like with the World here coming out on the bottom, this is kind of coming up. I feel like this is coming up for you to close out a cycle of some sort. I feel like this is coming up for you to re-acknowledge. This is a moment of re-acknowledging for you. Like, this is a moment of like, because this doesn't seem something new for you in any way, shape, or form. Again, this is old stories that keep replaying and replaying and replaying and replaying. And it's like, why won't they just stop attacking me? But I feel like it's here for you to try to start closing out this cycle. How can you respond to this situation to close out this cycle? Yeah, the World, and then the Ten of Swords in reverse, and then the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Or sorry, the Ten of Swords is upright. But we have the Ten of Swords and then the Five of Pentacles in reverse coming up. It's like this old pain that wants to be let go. It's this old pain that wants to just like be released. And Spirit's really asking you to just take a moment and like look at it and be like, hey, maybe I do need to just kind of let go of this right now. You know, like maybe I do just need to like feel what's coming up, rest in this feeling, meditate on this feeling, acknowledge what this feeling is. I feel like that's why the Four of Swords is here, to tell you to rest and be like, hey, what's actually going on? Because you could also be running away from what you're actually feeling too. Wow. Okay, so I feel like this is definitely coming up for you to close out a cycle. The Seven of Cups. Okay, yeah. You have a lot of choices about how you go about this situation. There's not like one certain way that you have to release it. There's not one certain way that you have to go about, I don't want to say remedying this, because it's not something you need to fix. It's something you're going through. And I don't want you to get so stuck in your thoughts of like, okay, like, how do I fix this? How do I do this? There's a lot of ways for you to move forward with this. It's kind of like choose your own adventure. Like, you can really move through this in any way you please. It's just important that you're starting to work through this cycle and move through it for yourself so that it can be closed out. Okay? All right, Spirit. What else do we need to know? Yeah. This, again, Eight of Cups in reverse. Like, you're holding on to things that need to be let go. Yeah. Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Once you find that balance, and then the Eight of Wands right under that, once you find that balance, once you find that inner peace, Temperance is literally such a beautiful card. It is such like inner peace. It's like ultimate balance between the two cups. Like, it's this motion of like pouring between the cups like equally, continuously. It's finding that flow. Again, I feel like it comes up with this Two of Pentacles here. Oh my gosh, I can't pick this up. Nails! It's this like figure eight or infinity sign or something. And it's like finding that balance again. It's finding that equal amount of like pouring it back into your own cup and like switching between the cups and pouring and pouring and pouring in between. And finding that balance again so that you can move forward. You want to move forward from this cycle, and it's going to take a little bit of hard work with the Eight of Pentacles. It's going to be a little bit of hard work. It's not just going to be like you wake up on your day and you're like, oh, wow, my cycle is closed. I'm so healed. Literally, period. Done. No, babes. That's not how it works. I fear. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does not work like that. It is going to take some hard work. It's going to take some digging. It's going to take like actually looking at it and doing the hard work of like, hey, identifying the old cycle and then being like, okay, how do I start to move through this and start releasing this old cycle that keeps coming up for me? It's just like stuck in you. It's just stuckness, and that's okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. Woo! Hold on. My cards are flying everywhere. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse and then the Three of Wands. So, Ace of Swords and then the Three of Wands. It feels like this is an old idea that you're just so ready to move on from. Like, it's such an old idea that you're ready to move on from. And I also think it's very interesting how I laid out this spread, because we have like a pyramid, but it's going like upside down. It's like you have to kind of like go backwards to go forward right now. And I'm not saying you're going backwards. I'm just saying sometimes you have to go internal, because I'm seeing this like V here. Sometimes you have to go internal bring it in, concave a little bit, figure out what's going on internally, get rid of these old like thoughts, these old ways of being, these old ways of thinking of how you have to do things, so that you can start and embark on this new journey and embark on something new. Because he's holding, I see like the Three of Wands, like there's these two wands here, and then you have this one that he's holding, and it's like the one he's holding is like the Ace of Wands, like this new idea, this new proposition, this new way of going. And the Two of Wands that are here, that he's standing between, it's like that's like the doorway. It's like walking through to something new while holding this new idea. Yeah, this is definitely like a time to just really go internal and figure out what's going on. And I think, again, that's why the Four of Swords is here, is taking that time. He's like laying there, like holding his hands. It's like that meditative place of like finding what you need internally so you know how to move externally, so that you can move forward, so you can be back in your Queen of Wands power. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to tell us, Spirit, before? Yeah, I feel like you're blocking your own victory right now. It's like the Six of Wands in reverse. It's like you're blocking your own victory, and we kind of just need to like work through that. Yeah, it's like this inner conflict within you, like this inner conflict that's like keeping you stuck. Yeah. And how do we move forward from that? Yeah, again, Eight of Swords. You're just really stuck in like your mental space right now. And it's okay. Like, I don't want you to hear this and be like, oh my God, I'm stuck. Like, everything's bad. Like, things are wrong. No. This is an important place to be too. This is an important place to be so that you can move through it. Okay. I'm going to grab you some oracle cards. Yeah. Let's grab you some oracle cards. I'm going to pull from the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. Can't speak today. But yeah, it's completely okay that you're in this like stuckness right now, because it is here for a reason. This stuckness is here for a reason. It's here so that you can acknowledge it and move through it. Yeah. Because you have to take off these chains somehow. Like, you have to take them off somehow, some way, shape, or form. You're going to have to take off those chains. You have to sit in the stuckness sometimes. You have to acknowledge the stuckness, be with it. Sometimes face this inner conflict, face this like inner like, I don't know, like you have to face this inner conflict, you know, first so that you can move forward. Yeah. Okay. Woo! My goodness, cards are flying everywhere. Okay. Yeah, it seems like just such like an internal energy that I'm feeling right now. It's such an internal energy, which is honestly kind of perfect. Like, I mean, regardless of when you're watching this, I'm filming this in February, and where I live, it's the middle of winter. Like, this is the time to be going internal and kind of like undoing all of this like weird funk going on. You know, like this is the time. Okay. All right, let's pull some cards. Let's get an oracle card for us. What do we need to hear? Woo! Oh my God. Can I just tell you, I literally... Thank you, Spirit, once again, calling me out. Because I split the deck to this card, and I always, every time with this deck specifically, anytime I like open the deck to a card and I don't pull that card, even if I feel it, it always pops out. They're always like, excuse me, how dare you not listen to your intuition? Here's the card. And it's like, oh, what if we listened? Okay. But this is exactly the perfect card. This card says Tranquility. It's number 39. And it has a little poem on the bottom, so I'm going to read it to you. But this is what it looks like. Okay. In thy womb of blissful quieting and calming stillness lives the world of worlds spellbound to the silence. Interesting. All right, well, let's read this card, shall we? Peace, silence, and healing. What did I say? What did I say? Okay. To be at peace means to have inner harmony despite what is happening around you. Imagine how much easier Christmas shopping and holiday preparation would be if nothing ruffled your feathers. The same goes for life. You cannot change other people or external factors, but you can control how you respond to them. Inner peace is created through an acceptance of what is beyond your control. What is the purpose of worry if it cannot contribute to a change in your situation? You have pulled tranquility because what you have asked about is beyond your control. It may seem ominous, but the fear is often much worse than the thing itself. Excessive worrying will only cause you more pain and could lead to self-fulfilling prophecies. You are being guided to release stress and seek peace. Reach out for help if you feel like this is not something you can manage independently. Having another perspective could help to ease the stress. Yeah, exactly. Like the devil, literally the first card to pop out. Complete like worry and stress and overwhelm in the mind. And it's like these old traps, like it's these old mental traps keeping you stuck. Especially with so many swords cards coming out. Like it's this inner conflict. It's this inner like worry that's just like holding you back and making you feel like super lost. And again, I just keep staring at this Four of Swords. Like, I am pulled so strongly to this Four of Swords right now. Like, finding that inner tranquility, finding that inner peace, that's what's going to help you move forward at this time. And it's like, maybe you have something going on in your external, and I'm specifically, when I was reading that, I was specifically thinking about the Two of Pentacles and like all this craziness going on when it's really hard to manage, because the Two of Pentacles is also about your physical world. Like when there's so much going on about like around your physical world and it gets like really hard to manage and it gets really overwhelming and you're like, like what's going on? Why am I feeling so overwhelmed? It's like, you just need to find that inner harmony. You have to know that no matter what is happening in your 3D world, you have to come back to center. You have to come internal. You have to find that inner peace within yourself, okay? And I keep feeling like I keep touching my heart chakra too, because the heart chakra is what connects our upper chakras and our lower chakras, okay? So you need to find that inner peace. Come back to your center. Come back to your inner being. I keep just feeling this concave, like, thing. Like, I keep feeling this concave energy of, like, like, just connecting to that inner tranquility, quieting your inner world so that your outer world can feel less chaotic. Like, this is so, so, so important, okay? So important. Wow. I really love this. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is just like so, I don't know. It's just always so funny how the cards always play out. Like, I love to see how the cards play out for you and how they play out in general. I feel like I want to pull one more card for this spread. Just one more. Actually, woo! Oh my goodness. Okay. I think this is a beautiful card to get. This one is called Forest. It is without question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic. Okay, let's read what Forest is about. Very interesting. I also think it's interesting that Forest came out because Tranquility also has like a forest in the background of it, and I feel like these trees are very similar. This one just has like snow on it, but they're very similar trees, and I feel like they go very hand in hand with each other. Let's see. What does Forest say? Strength, patience, and grounding. It's time to dig deeper roots, find your sacred soul, and build a stronger foundation. Walk through any forest and you will see ancient trees reaching high into the sky, but they didn't start off this way. Delicate roots had to dig deep into the earth to prepare these massive trees to stand tall for years to come. Even harsh winters and brutal storms couldn't bring them down. Forest guides you to build a stronger foundation and to remember that success takes time. Be consistent in your efforts, gather your resources, plan, and reflect. Your goal is not something that can be achieved overnight, but is on the path to success. The Forest card represents long-term planning, but also lasting power and influence. Pulling this card is a positive sign that you will be recognized for your efforts and commitment. Furthermore, continue with what works. There's no need to take risks at this time. Yeah. That's so beautiful. So, I mean, maybe if you're feeling all of this unease and fear about something that you're pursuing right now or like a goal, know that like all this chaos surrounding you, and this fear could be surrounding like something in your outer world, like coming to fruition. Like, know that this is a time, all of these fears, all of this stuff coming up right now, it's giving you a chance to dig those deep roots. It's giving you a chance to go internal and like really be like, okay, like what are these fears and like limitations I have about myself? Like what roots do I need to dig deeper into my heart, into my life, into my soul in order to grow, in order to like bloom as high as I can. Yeah, this is such a beautiful message. Like taking time to quiet your mind from all the chaos and all the fear so you can dig deeper into yourself and you can dig into your roots and create those roots within yourself. Because again, like what this whole reading has been talking about, like you cannot control anything outside of you. You cannot control what happens around you. What you can control is how you react and how you hold yourself and how you connect back to yourself at all times. Wow, that was so beautiful. I think I'm going to leave this reading at that. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful spread. Yeah. Know that you are on the right path. Know that you will get through this. Know that once you take time to just sit and pause and be here and like dig those roots, it's going to take you further than you could have ever imagined, okay? I love you so much. You are so amazing. You are going so far, and I will see you in the next tarot reading. Bye.